7 One Piece characters who are awakened. Yes, today's video I'll be discussing 7 characters who I believe there's evidence that they have already awakened their fruit before awakening was actually explained by Doflamingo. Now, I will definitely not be including Doflamingo and the jailed beast of Impel Down, but these other characters, I believe there's heavy hints of them being awakened. Now, there's probably multiple characters that I'm not going to name that probably have awakened their fruit, but these ones have some cool concrete evidence, so I thought I would do a video on this, and let's get to it. Now, before I talk about these 7 characters, I gotta discuss awakening and the definition of awakening, and what Doflamingo explained was awakening. Pretty much saying that it's the next level of your fruit. When you actually train your fruit to extreme points, you will have to go to the next level, breaking the limit, kind of what he was saying. And for what he's saying, it affects your surroundings. So that was definitely very interesting. Now, I'm not too sure if that's only for Paramecius, because the jailed bees, it definitely did not seem like it's affected their surroundings. So I definitely believe that's something maybe special to Paramecius, and maybe the fact that he's talking to Luffy, who's also a Paramecia, as the reason why he said this. But let's move on. These are the 7 characters I believe who have awakened their fruit. Crocodile. And you're probably thinking, whoa, the former warlord Crocodile, one of the first characters defeated, he looks weak, he doesn't have the awakening. Now let me tell you guys right now, when it comes to Crocodile, there's been many heavy hints that he does actually have awakening. Now I'll tell you right now, people saying Crocodile's weak, I definitely don't think Crocodile's weak. Luffy had to take 3 tries to beat him, so definitely Luffy had a very tough time. Now it wasn't Luffy's strongest point, not even his mid strongest point, like where he didn't have gear 2nd, gear 3rd, but still I definitely feel like Crocodile is not someone you can scoff at when it comes to his power. But the 3 evidence I believe that a showcase that he might have had awakening was the first battle with Luffy. He discusses the mastery of your Delph fruit, and it's pretty much he's being cocky and saying that you're a rookie, and that's a very cool hint because Doflamingo does say you need to master your Delph fruit to a point, so Crocodile does talk about it in the first battle versus Luffy. The next hint is in the Alabasta finale, because when Crocodile is finally defeated, rain starts falling down. If you guys don't know, one of Crocodile's powers was to absorb water, and what if he actually awakened his fruit to the point where no rain was falling in Alabasta? And even a character known as Hina, a vice admiral, asked Smoker, did you use that it was something that made rain fall down? Did you use that Downs powder? Did he use Downs powder, Smoker? Smoker's like, hell no, why would I use it? So definitely something spooky happened with Crocodile. And the third moment why I believe Crocodile was awakened was the point of which he said, these jailed beasts are awakened, and he pretty much was explaining what kind of abilities they have because they are awakened, extra stamina, extra strength. So definitely Crocodile was very knowledgeable about awakening, talks about mastery of the Delph fruit, and the Alabasta finale where rain falls when he starts to get knocked out kind of reminded me of he having awakening. Just a thought of mine, just something I was thinking about. The next character who I believe had awakening is Magellan or Magellan. I'm not sure how you guys pronounce his name, but I believe this one, I'm not going to be talking about it for too long, but I will say this. When he did not want to go to the next level, Magellan never wanted to go to the next level, but he had to use Hell's Judgment, and now we know why he did not want to go to the next level. It was definitely a very spooky attack. Like, if you get touched by that poison and you touch someone else, it spreads to them. So that's very crazy, and that definitely seems like something that's awakening because it's affecting the surrounding area, because he affects someone and then it affects the other person. It's infectious. So I definitely believe that could be a case of awakening, and that's just my thoughts on Magellan. Now, I'm actually going to combine 2 characters to one. So you might be saying, Mac, you're cheating, man. That's 8 characters. I had to combine these 2 characters because Akainu, Sakazuki, the red dog, Aokiji as the blue pheasant, Aokiji. I definitely gotta say Kuzan and Sakazuki, these 2 characters, they battled on Punk Hazard, and we saw what happened to Punk Hazard because we actually had a whole Punk Hazard arc. One side was pretty much lava, volcanoes, and just magma everywhere. One side it was snowing, it was very cold, and there was ice. So I definitely believe that these 2 characters battling affected the surrounding area. That's one of Doflamingo's criteria, and the fact that these 2 characters are one of top tier characters, admirals, they definitely have a mastery of their fruit, low gear fruit. So definitely I believe that these 2 characters are they definitely awaken. They're too strong of a characters not to be awakened. Admirals fighting it out for 10 days. They had the reason why I believe it was stalemate because they were both awakened going ham. ham. Now, a character that you might think, whoa, there's no evidence for this character being awakened, but we all believe he's awakened, is actually, there is some evidence for Kaido. I'm talking about, yes, Kaido. And we saw when Crocodile explained the awakening for the jailed beast, that the Zoan awakening, you get more durability, you get more strength, and you actually get more stamina. And something that always got me thinking was Kaido was a rival to Moria, who I don't believe Moria is on the level of Kaido, but back in the day, they were rivals. Rivals means that you both were going at it, and it wasn't just someone who has a clear-cut advantage over you. You guys are both going at it. But something changed after Kaido killed all of Moria's crew and changed Moria's outlook on things. And it actually to the point where Moria still calls Kaido a moron. Moria still thinks Kaido of an equal. He doesn't really see Kaido as someone who's very tough. He's like, look at that moron Kaido. He's making fun of Kaido in the Thriller Bark arc. So I definitely believe the reason why Kaido killed all of Moria's crew was the first step of Kaido becoming an actual monster. I believe he awakened his fruit and went on a rampage, kind of reminiscent of Monster Chopper, even though I don't think Monster Chopper is awakened. I think it's reminiscent to that, but just even more to a crazy extent. His power, his durability, his stamina, just going ham on Moria's whole crew, and Moria is the only one strong enough to survive. That's just my thoughts on the subject at hand. And another character who a lot of people think, of course, he has awakening, but there's no evidence, is Whitebeard. And I actually believe I found some evidence towards Whitebeard having awakening, because first of all, Whitebeard is a top tier character, so I believe most people believe he has awakening. But the evidence I think that showcased that Whitebeard has an awakening is Sengoku, a character who was from Whitebeard's era, a top tier character who's very powerful, said Whitebeard had the power to destroy the world. Now, the world is your surrounding area. If you have the ability to destroy the actual entire globe, that means your awakening has to be to an extent of your power circumventing the whole world. So definitely Sengoku's words really smoked me out. And one time in the Marineford arc, he actually separates from his crew and he tells the crew to leave because he's going to destroy Marineford. But how was he going to destroy Marineford with the Garp there, Sengoku there, and a bunch of admirals? I believe Whitebeard's true plan was to kill everybody with himself, a suicide mission by awakening his fruit. So because if Whitebeard awakened his fruit while his crew was there, there would have been some casualty, friendly fire. So Whitebeard's not dumb, so I definitely believe he did have awakening. These are some evidence towards that. Now, spoiler alert, if you're an anime only, I suggest you leave or mute the video until I move on to the next end of this video. But I believe Cracker, yes, I'm talking about Cracker from Whole Cake Island. You guys anime only are about to see him fight, so I'm not sure if you want to get spoiled, but still, this guy can create an infinite amount of biscuits. And I'll tell you guys right now, if you can do what this guy was doing in the Whole Cake Island arc with the biscuits, this guy was actually stronger than Luffy, easily dealing with Gear 4th. Like, Gear 4th Luffy needed help from Nami, the homies, changing the actual environment just to deal with this guy. They fought for 10 hours and Luffy kept on transforming and then running away from him. And that was very key for the battle. So biscuits, I definitely feel like Cracker did awakening, and he deserves it, because if you can make that soft of a fruit, that OP, you definitely deserve to have the title of an awakened user. I definitely believe Cracker awakened his fruit, and a lot of people might disagree with it. You look how hard those biscuits were, and the fact that he can create so many top characters. And like, if you think about it, the biscuits were powerful enough to get that amount of crazy bounty, an 800 million bounty. So if he can create multiple characters like that, it definitely seems like it's awakening. Now, before I actually end off this video, you're probably thinking, what's my whole take on actual awakening when it comes to different things and different fruit types? I think Zoan is mostly body change, like I stated, strength, stamina, and pretty much durability. And I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. I think a character who might get a awakening soon that we might see is Rob Lucci, but I'll talk about that more in a different video. And then we also have Permission. I believe Permission actually is surrounding area, like Doflamingo explained, to Luffy, another Paramecia. And we know that Luffy states that he kind of is like a Logia user. So definitely we can see that the Paramecia kind of turned into a Logia user, which is very cool. And I definitely feel like the Logia awakening is more of a environmental change. Yes, I believe it changes the actual environment. Look how Punk Hazard was changed for all those years just because of a fight between Aokiji and Akainu. That's how you know the scale of that fight was crazy, and they actually got craziness when it comes to environment. That's crazy if you can change the environment. So definitely, that's my whole take on the three types and what it actually involves when it comes to awakening. Just my thoughts. But tell me your thoughts in the comments section. What do you think about awakening? Because I know awakening is a huge thing, and we know Monkey D. Luffy's awakening is going to be so hyped up. We noticed when he saw the CP9 attacks, he copied it with Gear 2nd. So Luffy is definitely going to have some sort of awakening he learned from Doflamingo using awakening, and it's going to be probably used against Kaido, who probably is another awakening character I mentioned. So definitely expect expect an Awakening versus Awakening battle very soon. It's gonna be hype. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about Awakened characters? Who are some characters you think I missed that I didn't put on the list? Tell me which character you want me to include in the list that I missed out. Like and share if you enjoyed. Like and share only if you enjoyed. And subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.